Alright friends, it's that time yet again. Week 13 of Hero Academy Live. Celebrating the Android release today. I'm not sure exactly what we've got planned for you in terms of games this week. Should just be the live games, as long as I can hold out, probably about 2.5 hours or so. Team Fortress Week 2. Going to be talking a lot about Team Fortress strategy, especially going in depth into all the different matchups, teaching you how to make the imbalanced squad even more imbalanced. So, without anything else to talk about in the intro, I started a few random games, so I figure if these guys are online, might as well get the action started. And we've got a newbie, because they just sorted their cleric on the first round. But let's talk about Team Fortress against Council. So I'm actually kind of fortunate to get all units here, and on the speed map, positioning is king. So what I want to do is I want to lock down this attack tile, because if the archer gets on the attack tile coming from the speed boost tile, then it's pretty frustrating. And putting the scout there will control it until I get a better map presence. I just want to put a bunch of powerful units on the board. Next turn I'll probably get this engineer out, and I'm hoping to draw a medic at some point as well. Very standard opening. Goody, goody, goody. So, looks like it's going to be a lot of Team Fortress versus Council so far, but I'll hop back onto that game momentarily. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. Some little item heavy in this game. So, in Team Fortress against Council, as Team Fortress, your most important unit is the Spy. And the reason that that's the case is because, as you know, spies are not targetable outside of melee range. And if you look at Council's units, the Archer has a weak melee attack, does half damage in melee range. The Knight knocks units away with its melee attack. The Cleric doesn't really want to be in the front lines anyway. The Wizard is supposed to be a 2-range unit, so getting next to the unit with the Wizard is a little tough, and you only get 1 ninja. So there's really not a single good Council unit that handles the Spy well, and it's just very difficult for Council to kill the spies. Generally, how they'll want to try and do it is using the Inferno to KO it, or to do damage that way, and then stomp with the other units. But so that's something you have to be wary of when you play as Team Fortress. But you want to be abusing your spies, you want to be upgrading them, and you want to be offensive with them, because they really, really lock down the map, and Council just has a very, very difficult time dealing with them. So this is a good example of what I was talking about. I had the Spy on this tactile here, and the only way that he's able to kill it is to spend a scroll on a Sworded Archer to KO it. And if you look at what he's got left, I can actually afford to Jar Snipe. Can I stop it in time? Yeah, I can. So I'm just going to take this archer off the board. Do I have another sniper? I do. Good. Okay, I'm just going to leave him to die then. Really be nice if I could, that archer's kind of scaring me a little bit. He's got plenty of healing. Alright, I had the right idea. I am paranoid about this medic, though. Do I have another respawn token? No. Okay, I might need to let this spy die. I'm just paranoid about, like, what happens if he dives in on my medic. He doesn't have a scroll, though. But you can't really kill the medic then. So I'm probably okay. I'm probably okay to respawn him. Yeah, if I bring the heavy up, that's actually a lot more threatening. And then maybe bring the medic back. Yeah. That's good. Because I can afford to trade even. Oh, I got that extra respawn token. I can afford to trade even in this situation because he only has one sword left. So I'm okay, like, putting this heavy out in no man's land. Do I have any more? I don't have any more scouts. That's kind of annoying. In this game, I'm kind of posed. I don't even have any swords. Yeah, this one's a little bit over, I think. I am out of attacking units in this game. And attacking items. He has like no healing left. But he should have more than enough to finish this. I don't even know if there's a solution here. That's okay. We'll give it a shot. Okay, so this is an example of a monster formation with Team Fortress. I've forced out his Infernos already, so he can't do anything with these spies. And that allows these medics to be totally safe. And when your medics are safe, then you can start charging your units up. And things get out of control very quickly if you're able to charge up your units. Like, let's see. Yeah, like a double charge sniper does 290 damage at max range per shot, which is pretty ridiculous. So really, in this match, I'm looking to get a big magic damage unit up and close. I'm kind of hindered somewhat by the amount of units I have on the map right now. Dang, that scout's not gonna do anything. And I suppose that's slightly more efficient. Maybe I can move him like down here instead of like all the way down. Just need to kill this ninja. That's pretty much the only thing I have to do. hurts. Oh, my face. Ah, my face. Okay. Well, that was, aggressive. I think I will sack this scout to try and buy time for me to be able to heal this medic up or have something happen. Like, I need an engineer. Obviously, you don't want to be burning your offensive items that early, especially if you're not gonna KO like either of these medics. So Rue says 7 moves, so OP. I agree. You will find no disagreement here. So I want to get this spy out on the board. I kind of want to have a nice little powwow back here. So I can't actually deal with this archer on the tile. Not this turn, at least. Maybe I'll do that with a medic instead. Then it might make more sense. I'm not sure I have any better options than this. But obviously, he's gonna have to do something about this spy. Okay, so I've got my medic on the attack tile. And that was AP efficient for me, because I was able to repair the damage that he did, so to speak, with 3 moves. And he spent all 5 of his moves to do that damage in the first place. And I've also got my medic now pretty much back up to full health. So I want to develop a little further. And I'm still searching for that engineer. I'm not going to get it this time. If the damage he does next turn is not that significant, I might consider sending the Pyro up here. Take out these 2 guys. Okay, so we're out of turns for now. Hold on, let me see this. So Trip and I are going to play a 3rd game. For those of you who don't know who Trip is, he's been kind of retired, so to speak, for a while from playing competitive games for Hero Academy. But he was basically like the best player when he was playing. So he and I have been having just like a few fun games recently. Okay. So yeah, we've been playing a series. We had a really crazy game where I had an engineer and a sniper against 2 of his engineers. Team Fortress against Dwarves. And it turns out that his 2 engineers are better than my engineer and a sniper. That's what we learned. It was just like a super, super crazy game. Neither of us had any healing. And he was able to sneak that one against me, but fortunately I beat him the game before, so we're gonna have to play a third game. I might do a commentary on it later on, depending on how it goes. Although I'm gonna be playing the Shaolin, so we'll see how well that goes for me. It may end badly. Okay, so this is an example of something you can't do. So I will take his life. I will stomp with the scout, and then I will retreat safely with my good unit. Yeah, you always gotta watch out for those pyros, because even the wizards, they've got 10% magic resist to start off with, but against a 300 damage unit, it doesn't actually make a difference, because 270 times 3 is 810, and an 800 HP unit will still die, even if it has 10 magic resist. So let's talk about matchups some more. So Team Fortress against Council, I mentioned earlier how it's very important to keep your spies alive because they're really your best units in this matchup. Council are not very well equipped to deal with them. One of the most important things when playing as Team Fortress is you've got to keep your medics alive. And when you think about variations on how you play each matchup, really the differences between each matchup come down to how you spend your respawn tokens and what units do you put Girardi on and when. That's really the main sources of differentiation between the matchups. And there's some things that are constant. As far as strategy is concerned, you constantly need to be adding additional threats to the board, and you also need to be keeping your medics alive. So if you follow like those 4 things, which again, 1, keep your medics alive, 2, keep putting threats on the board, 3, use your respawn tokens wisely, and 4, use your Girardi wisely. If you do those 4 things in a game, you're gonna be really maximizing your chances of winning. Especially if you do those 4 things well. Now, the question comes down to how do you use your Girardi and your respawn tokens in each matchup? Because obviously keeping the medic alive and putting more threats on the board, that's going to be the same with every matchup. But respawn tokens and Girardis are, they have to be allocated differently in each matchup. And each matchup has its own set of priorities and how you want to use them. So with Council, Girardi should generally be used on a like a +1 ninja or a +2 with a sword. So the sword being one of the 2 items. Yeah, so +1 ninja or +2 any other unit is good enough. Not a knight though. +2 archer, preferably archer. Maybe wizard as well. That's the general guideline for Girardi. But ninja, you have to be very careful about the ninja. The ninja is very dangerous. Not only is it dangerous against spies, but it's also very dangerous against medics. Because if you sword a ninja and then you scroll it, it can actually take out a medic in 1 shot, and it doesn't even have to be in melee range. It can be at range 2, because it has the ranged attack that does half damage of the melee attack. I mean, it's kind of like it's kind of like an obscure possibility, but this is the matchup where I find that comes into play the most. So you need to really watch out for the ninja coming in and sniping a medic, because if they can trade the ninja for the medic, then generally that's worthwhile for the Council player. So you need to be very wary of the ninja. It's the biggest threat to your medic at any given point, and you have to respect that. So I'm a fan of using the Girardi on the ninja if it comes out and gets any sort of upgrades. hoping we'd have some more turns going. Unfortunately, it's a little slow today. Let's see, I don't have any Team Fortress against Dark Elf games going on right now, but let's talk about that matchup. So, Team Fortress versus Dark Elves is actually one of the toughest matches for Team Fortress. Dark Elves are either even or maybe even have a slight advantage against Team Fortress, and it's probably the only match that Dark Elves are really good at, and it's probably the only matchup that Team Fortress might even conceivably have some sort of disadvantage. And for Dark Elves, if you recall the videos that I did on how to play Dark Elves against Team Fortress, you want to really load up your Void Monks and then run around the map and just do tons of damage to everything while retreating and making sure that those Void Monks never die. Playing very aggressively and just never giving your opponent, the Team Fortress player, an opening to kill the Void Monks. Now, if you flip it on your head and you're a Team Fortress player trying to play against Dark Elves, your goal is to kill a Void Monk without using Jurati. That's really what you're trying to do, more than anything else. It's very important that you build up enough units on the map so that if the Dark Elf player dives in with a Void Monk, they can't just sit close to your units without risking its life. And if you have to use Juratis on Void Monks, on buffed Void Monks, by the way, if you have to use Juratis on buffed Void Monks in order to accomplish that, then it's something that you need to consider. That's kind of cute. Oh, the taunt. That's lovely. That's lovely. Alright. Good job, you got my scout. Oh boy. So what I want to do is advance my position a bit, get some more better units on the board. Still an engineer, which is making me sad, but I'm going to threaten that cleric next turn. But anyway, back to Dark Elves. So your goal with your Team Fortress against Dark Elves is kill a Void Monk without Jurati. Because if you do that, you can use the other two Juratis on the other two Void Monks, and then you're home free, right? But you need to buy enough time to get enough threats on the board where you're able to take out the Void Monk without using Jurati through just having so much stuff on the board where he can't attack into you and do enough damage without leaving the Void Monk in range. So a little bit of that is like draw luck, like do you get your Juratis early? But I wouldn't be afraid, especially if your Dark Elf opponent is playing aggressively with his Void Monks, to spend a Jurati, especially if it's got a sword, to allow you to buy enough time to really get your medics out, to get them protected, to get your spies upgraded, to get your pyros upgraded, your heavies as well. Although heavies, I don't really find heavies to be that powerful in that matchup. They just don't kill Void Monks quickly enough to be really scary. As far as respawn tokens are concerned, medics, obviously, no-brainer for respawn token usage. Spies are a good candidate as well, because they are very good at killing Void Monks. Maybe Pyros, maybe. Generally, in both against Council and Dark Elves, though, you should save your respawn tokens for spies and medics, unless you're like really desperate for units. Those should be generally what you're using them for. Okay, so the games are coming in a little slowly right now, so I'm going to take a quick break and grab some water real quick, and hopefully we'll get some more turns coming in. And if not, then we'll talk some more about the other matchups. We've got 3 left to talk about.